I'll talk to you about that.
I did not, it's right in my eye.
Victim, Alyssa, do you know anybody?
Yeah, it's.
Who was thinking of selling a bike?
They have a neighbor that's trying to sell.
Notice is hereby given that a regular council meeting of the town of Laguna Vista,
I know
Texas.
Somebody else that.
That's why
Excuse
she
us.
was from 12.
The meeting started.
That's okay. Notice is hereby given that a regular council meeting of the town of Laguna Vista, Texas will be held Tuesday, the 10th day of March, 2020 at 6:00 p.m. in the City Hall building at 122 Fernandez Street, Laguna Vista, Texas. Call to order. I just wasn't very loud. Please join us in the invocation and the pledge led by Councilman Gonzalez.
Be quiet. Heavenly Father, thank you for all the countless blessings and all your infinite wisdom so that you may guide us tonight in our meeting so that we may best serve our community. Also, in this time when so many things are going on, we hope that you are in spirit with all of those who suffer. In your name.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Item 1 to item 3, roll call. Anna?
Mayor Houston?
Here.
Councilmember Carter? Councilmember Howard? Councilmember Davalos?
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Here.
Councilmember Royale?
Here.
Councilmember Smith?
Here. Is there a motion to excuse, or do we want to wait until, see if they come in? Item 5, 4, open forum. Is there, okay, then we'll skip to item 5. Item 5, consent agenda items. All matters listed under this item are routine by the council and will be enacted for approval by one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Motion on the floor made by Councilman Worrell and seconded by Councilman Gonzalez to approve the consent agenda items.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard? Or sorry, that's Councilmember Davalos?
Here, I mean, yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Royale?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Thank you, everybody.
We are all thrown off city
Everybody else.
and others. Item 6, new business, discussion, consideration, possible action to approve resolution number 2020-06, authorizing the signatory agents for the town of Laguna Vista bank accounts. Anna, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, the only thing is that we need it, because Alma's still on there and they won't, release it until we have the rights.
I'll make a motion authorizing resolution number 2020-06. Motion on the floor made by the mayor and seconded by Councilman Davalos to authorize approval of resolution number 2020-06, authorizing the signatory agents for the town of Laguna Vista bank accounts.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. Item B, consideration of possible action to approve resolution number 2020-07, authorization for the police chief to submit grant application number 2990606 to the Texas Governor's Office. Chief?
Yes, ma'am. This is put in for a grant again for overtime for boots on the ground with the Texas Governor's Office and the amount of $77,000. And this would be like a continuation every year we have to do this grant.
I'll make a motion to approve. Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez, to approve resolution number 2020-07 for the grant application of the governor's office.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes. Motion passes. Item C, consideration possible action to approve travel for Police Chief Tony David to attend the Texas Police Chief Leadership Series in Waco, Texas. Chief?
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is a school that every 2 years I have to go to, required by law at TCO. And it's being held, this one's in Waco, Texas. And the class is free, and this is required.
Mr. Wall?
You didn't enter anything on mileage.
No, we didn't do it because I'm not asking for reimbursement, because I will travel in the city truck. So that I wouldn't be getting reimbursed personally for any fuel or anything.
Got it. Okay.
I make a motion to approve police chief travel.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Worrell, to approve travel for Police Tony to attend the Texas Police Chief Leadership in Waco.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. Item D, advisory board appointments, consideration action to appoint residents to the following advisory boards. But before we begin that, please let the record show that Councilwoman Howard is here. Okay, so item I is Board of Adjustments. We have 3 positions, and we did not have anyone.
Nobody called back or replied things.
Make a motion. Move right along.
I make a motion to reappoint Kathy Borges-Reagan to the CDC board.
Okay, we're not there yet. We're still on,
I think we're moving on.
well,
No?
yes, the next one's Board of Ethics. Board of Adjustments, no one. Board of Ethics.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Sophie Vega.
Okay, she was reappointed back in November, is that correct?
I believe so.
Yes.
After going after Alma's notes, I saw you reappointed in
Okay, so that was, thank you.
Reread.
Anybody make a motion, any other 2? And now we'll go on to CDC. Councilwoman Smith?
I make a motion to reappoint Kathy Borges-Reagan to the CDC board.
Motion on the floor to reappoint Kathy B. to the CDC board. Motion was made by Councilwoman Smith and seconded by Councilman Dodd.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter? Sorry. Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
We have one more position.
I'll make a motion to appoint Jamie to the CDC. With all sides.
Who's first? Motion on the floor made by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilwoman Smith to appoint Jamie Petty to the CDC.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes, motion passed. Congratulations. Library board, there are 4 spots, and Nicole, you said Nicole
Extra?
Extra wanted to be reappointed. Second? Frank again? I can't hear over here. Motion on the floor made by Councilman Royal, seconded by Councilwoman Smith, to reappoint Nadine Ekstrom to the library. I'm sorry. I can't talk over here either. Hear our talk, okay? Nicole?
Mayor Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Worel.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes, motion passes. Item 4, Parks Board. There's 2 spots. And Nicole Ekstrom wants to be reappointed.
I'll make a motion to appoint Nicole Ekstrom.
Second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilman Royal, to appoint Nicole Ekstrom, reappoint her to the library board.
Mayor Mayor Houston.
I'm just gonna go home. Yes, get some coffee.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Worel.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. See if I can get this one on. Planning and zoning, there are 4 positions. Mark Davis, Terry Volz, and Arden Kurtz are interested in being reappointed.
I make a motion to, Terry Volz on, PZ.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Royal, seconded by Councilwoman Smith, to reappoint Terry Volz to the planning and zoning.
Mayor Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Worel.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes.
I make a motion to appoint Arden Kurtz.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilman Royal, to appoint Arden Kurtz to planning and zoning.
Mayor Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Worel.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. Anybody else? How many do they have on there?
There's 4, and Mr. Davis was also interested in being reappointed. Mark Davis.
I make a motion to appoint Mark Davis.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilman Laurel, to reappoint Mark Davis to the planning and zoning.
Mayor Houston.
Yes.
Councilmember Howard.
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos.
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilmember Worel.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Motion passes. Item E, consideration of possible action on engineering contract with Cruz Hogan Consultants. Mr. Tony?
Mayor, I'll turn this over to town council, you review the contract, I'm sure he can explain it to you better than I.
Thank you, David. Yes, I received a package back from the consultant, Mr. Margon, indicating that all of the provisions of the EDA grant have been satisfied. The only thing remaining to do was to review the contract. I reviewed the initial draft. There were a couple of provisions in there that I thought were not advisable for the city. I struck them out and sent them back. I think the council saw some of those provisions were. We received a contract return with all of those provisions stricken. And now, those were just the ones that I had, recommended against, and they've been removed. But if there was any other provision of the contract that the council has an issue with or would like to explain, we could certainly discuss that now. Nothing happens until this body approves that contract. It's been approved on that side. If we have any changes or any other recommendations that we want to make and send back, and they'll have to be re-reviewed by the engineer and re-approved and re-signed. So if there's anything like that, yes.
So, again, this is the first contract that I've ever read between an engineer in town. But the line, engineer makes no warranties expressed or implied in this agreement or otherwise in connection with any services performed or furnished by the engineer.
It's certainly a disclaimer that will provide an out to a number of things that we might want to complain about if something were to go wrong in the design of the project. It would certainly be easy for the engineer to fit whatever our complaint about the design of the project is under some kind of warranty that the engineer is specifically disclaiming by that language. And I will say that language is something you very often see in these types of building contracts. If we're concerned enough about it that we wouldn't want to go forward with that ability to disclaim our complaints about the design hanging over our heads, then that's certainly something that we would want to communicate back to the engineer saying this provision is not acceptable. It would be very similar to those provisions that I already looked at and decided were not acceptable, which by the way dealt with our requirement to indemnify the engineer for certain things, to limit the engineer's liability. And so they already agreed to do that. If this is something that we're concerned enough about, then I would recommend that we basically write back and say, here's another thing that needs to come out before we grant a position for approval. Yes?
Yeah, again, I don't know that it's a problem. This is the first contract of this kind that I've seen. I'm sure there's standard language, but it's a lot. It's a pretty straightforward project. It's putting in water and sewer.
Thank you for working for us. Cruz Hogan has done many years on them. As long as I've been here, he's been.
I know it's good.
Always.
That's kind of what I was gonna allude to, that this compares kind of to the previous contracts that they've given. So this is not different, much different than the previous contracts, so why is this one so extensive? Because it's for the EDA grant, or?
There are probably some provisions in there that are peculiar to the EDA funding that's attached to it that creates some additional requirements in terms of the language of it.
But do you find all of this consistent with?
The ones that I had a real problem with, I took out.
The liability, the limited liability.
If we were to look back at some of their other contracts with us, you'd probably find that provision and some provisions maybe that are similar to the ones that I've.
That's what I was gonna ask you, did you compare this to previous contracts?
I did not. I wasn't sure what our track record was with this particular engineer. I know
very good.
that the engineer won, in terms of the evaluation process, and came out on top. So I know he's clear about it. And I'm aware that he's also involved in municipal projects like this in other communities that I've
For
worked with.
training, course. That's what we think. No, I was just here because I appreciate your input, because I'm not an attorney, so I appreciate your reading of this and input on this.
Questions, discussion? Motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the engineering contract with Cruz Hogan Consultants based on the recommendation from Steve.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez, to award the engineering contract to Cruz Hogan Consultants.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item F, City Manager's Report, carport, looks great.
They're up and that's done. And thank you to the town and the library repairs, who will be started on Monday. That's supposed to take starting Monday, construction starting.
Item G, executive closed session in accordance with the Open Meetings Act as authorized by the Texas Government Code regarding any matter listed on the agenda pursuant to section 551.071, consultation with town attorney, 551.074, deliberation regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. First item is pending litigation styled Paul Seals et al. Versus City of Brownsville, case number 2014-DCL-00815D. Second item, consultation with town attorney regarding legal issues related to possible annexation and town personnel policy. And the third item, appointment of city secretary and/or assistant city secretary. I need a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
No second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Smith, seconded by Councilman Davalos to go into executive session at 6:20.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes.
We're on.
Settle down.
Let's play, report.
Council came out of executive session at 8:25. Item H, open session, action if any on any items discussed.
I'll make a motion to appoint Ana Hernandez as city secretary with a salary of $43,000.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilwoman Smith to appoint Ana Hernandez as city secretary at a salary of $43,000.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. Item J, consideration of possible action to appoint an assistant city secretary for the town of Buena Vista.
I'll make a motion to appoint Randy Gonzalez as assistant city secretary at $16 an hour.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Davalos, seconded by Councilwoman Howard to appoint Randy Gonzalez as assistant city secretary at $16 an hour.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes. Motion passes. Item K, personnel policy, consideration of possible action regarding town personnel policy.
I'd like to make a motion to table this item.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Howard, seconded by Councilman Ward to table this item.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yep.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. Motion to adjourn at 8:30.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
If you wanted to, actually,
I'll make a motion to, no, excuse Councilmember
I'll second the motion.
Carter.
Did you second it?
Yes.
Motion on the floor is made by Councilwoman Howard, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez to excuse Councilman Carter.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
No.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passes. I thought you were making a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion
That's
to
why I said
adjourn.
to adjourn. Oh, you are?
Yes, go ahead.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Howard, seconded by Councilman Worrell to adjourn at 8:30.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
You're in the black hole now. I was in the black hole before executive session. Now you are. All right, thank you all. See
Thank you.
you all next month.
Um,
Thank you.